Good evening, class. Any questions? Let me make sure I hear you. Sound. Yeah, I hope I hear you. Thanks again to those of you who choose to turn your cameras on. We're going to start working on lab 2. This is going to be cost benefit analysis. Then we'll um, go to group creation and group project. Will help you make groups. After that, you have a chance to discuss the group project with your group members. Before all of these, I'll let you read the group assignment. Just let me remind you where to find the material we need for today. So this is your RegNet page, module 1. You scroll down. This is your lab 2 that we will start today, but we'll end it on Wednesday. So you will not be submitting today. Go ahead to lab 2. There is an attachment. That's an Excel worksheet. You can use Microsoft Excel or any comparable uh, um, software. It could be on Google Sheets, or if you have OpenOffice does have an Excel-like program. So any Excel like software that you have would work for the purpose of this lab. Then you have the group description, group report template, group information page. Those are the things that we're going to touch later during the class. I'm going to give everyone 5 minutes to go ahead, download the Excel worksheet and be in a place like I have here. This is the worksheet. I'm not sure if I hear your voices, so Cole, go ahead, unmute yourself for me to realize if I'm hearing you.
Hello?
Yep, thank you.
Right, no problem.
Talking from space, the quality was very good. Is that space or Earth? All right, so you have to have this worksheet in front of you. If you don't have it, go ahead, download it from lab 2.
Excuse me. Is it supposed to look like yours?
There
Or
are multiple worksheets, so if you move around,
okay, I didn't see those. I'm sorry. I just looked over that. My bad.
that's okay. So the first tab is the guidelines. If you miss any steps today or on Wednesday, or you forget any steps, you can come back and read the description here. This is the work I did with the previous section. This is the work for your section, section 3. So you have to be on a worksheet that looks exactly like this. Is everybody okay? If you're not, please stop me.
Looks good to me.
All right. Let's just give you a high level description of what we're going to do. This is what we use for cost benefit analysis. So in this box that I highlighted, you see some pieces of information that are given to you. In reality, you and the core team will come up with these numbers. For the purpose of this class, this lab, I'll give you the numbers, and for your group assignment 1, you will come up with hypothetical numbers. What's the first number? This is the discount rate. And this is the rate at which money loses value over time. What happens when you want to come up with the valuation for the project? You anticipate project's benefits and costs in the future. Those are going to be money, excuse me, earned or spent in the future. You have to do a time travel on the money. You have to bring money from future to today and give us the today's value of future dollars. For that, there is a discount rate that plays a role. What role? We're going to talk about that in a few minutes. So we have the discount rate and the number of years that you are anticipating the project will be in place. I want to make sure this is dollar value. Then you have the value of benefits. I have 0 for year 0, which is the current year. And I have some values for the upcoming years. So these are the predictions that you're making. I'm going to predict that we're going to earn $40 million in year 1, $50 million in year 2, and $55 million in year 3. Next number is development cost. Is the cost or upfront cost, some of you may call it. That's for development. In this project, for lab 1, development ends in year 0. So I have development cost right here and no development cost in the subsequent years. So 0 for the subsequent years. Row number 7 shows operational or ongoing cost. So this is the cost for you to have your servers up, have your licenses valid, pay the help desk people, pay the employees who support your system and maintain it. These are the dollar values for each of the years that your system is in operation. From these numbers and the discount rate, you're going to calculate the value of your idea, which will appear on column E, row 11. That's the number you're going to present to the sharks when you share your next big idea with them. Then you say 20 or $200 for 20% stake in your company. It means that the value of the project based on your calculation and assumption is $1 million. That's that value. Then we're going to do return on investment for the 3 years that the project is in play, and then we're going to do payback period or the break-even point. So the inputs of the calculation for cost benefit analysis are the benefits over the years, the upfront cost or development cost, and operating cost plus discount rate. Let me go back to my whiteboard and share a note about discount rate. So discount rate, value, money, or uses to calculate value lost when money travels from future to the current time. So you think that you're gonna get $20 a year from now, but that's a year from now. That money is worth less today. How much less? That depends on what you can do with the money. So let's say you're really good with investment. You can get that money and grow it by 15%. So your discount rate is at least 15%. That value, that percentage you put on money traveling from future to current time depends on what you can do with the money. For the organization, depends on what they can do with their money, what other investment opportunities they have, what industry you all are in, what ecosystem, what country you're in, and what's the time. Like, is it during the pandemic? So that percentage changes from time to time, from country to country, from region to region, from organization to organization, from industry to industry, and from project to project, depending on how competing uh, other projects can earn value for the money that the organization could spend on them. So I'm gonna do a flashback to a concept that so many of you know, and that's interest rate, money growing over time. And that's time travel from now to future. So I want to introduce discount rate today, but so many of you have worked with interest rate for your bank savings, for your loans, for the credit card payments that you're making. So this is the interest rate and how we use it. So we have year zero, or the current year, year one, year two, and year n. This is what happens. You have let's say your interest rate is 0.7. That's how much you can grow your money, or how much your bank can grow money, or how much your bank is charging you interest. So $1 earned or spent today is worth $1 times 1 plus your interest rate in year one. That's easy. Everybody does that. So, and that's going to be 107. That's easy. For year two, you're going to get the same value you had here times 1 plus your interest rate. So that becomes 1 times 1 plus your interest rate squared. Why? Because you already have multiplied it once for year one. You multiply it again to calculate earnings for year two. Let me calculate that quickly. So 107 times 107. That's going to be 1. They're multiplying. There is no addition. So 107 for year one, 1.145 cents or 14 cents and some for year two. And this is how it continues, the interest rate. When you go over the years, you get your money that you had at the beginning. That was the seed money. In my example, it was 1. You multiply it by 1 plus your interest raised to the power of years. So in year 3, the value of your money will be $1 times 107 raised to the power of 3, and so on. So this is how your money grows. We call this compound. Yes, compound interest. Why is that? Because you've grown the money here, you grow it again. So you keep multiplying by 1 plus your interest rate. What I'm asking you to do today, and this is because you're predicting something good happens in the future, that your project will earn some money, or you're predicting that your project has some spending. So we're going to do year one, current year, year 0, year 1, and year n. This is what happens. So you're going to tell me I have $1 that I'm going to earn in our year. Sorry, I have to change this. But this is a wrong label. So current year, year 1, year 2, year n. So you're going to tell me that I'm going to earn $1 in year 1. But I'm going to tell you that the $1 that you're earning in year 1 is worth less today. So if you're going to use that in your calculation, you have to divide your dollar by 1 plus your discount rate. So this is how much value your dollar in year 1 has in the current year. Let's do that. Then you're gonna tell me you're gonna earn $1 a year 2, and I say that you have to discount this once to take it to year 1. This is how much it will worth in year 1. Let me erase that really quickly. And then you have to discount it again. You have to make the money smaller, and this is all by division. Do not do subtraction. You're going to discount it one more time, just like your compound interest. This is compound discount. To know the value for the current year. So this was 9.3. Let's see how much is this one. I have the number on my calculator. I just divided by 107 one more time, and it becomes 87. So if you anticipate that your project is going to earn or spend $1 in year 2, on your today's calculation sheet, you're going to put 87. And then so on. The formula would be like this. Your money in year n will be worth 1 plus your discount rate divided by 1 plus your discount rate raised to the power of number of years. So this is the compound depreciation formula. Now in your worksheet, we're going to keep this number. We're going to calculate this number, 1 over 1 plus your discount rate to the power of number of years, and then multiply it by m, which is your money. So let's see, in your worksheet, there is discount rate. There is a value for it. Then the first thing we're going to do, calculate discount factor. Discount factor is the one that shows that compounding nature of the discount. It is 1 over 1 plus your discount rate raised to the number of the years. So you divide. Just like if you wanted to do interest formula, you multiply by 1 plus your interest raised to the power of number of years. Here you divide. So as you go into the future further and further, you wanted to time travel money from future to today, it becomes smaller and smaller. This is the first formula we're going to put in your worksheet. Let's go back to the worksheet. This is your discount rate, and I'm going to calculate the factor, put equal sign, 1 over parenthesis open, 1 plus, I'm going to select with my mouse, I'm going to select this cell, B1, parenthesis closed, divided by, or no, divided to, raised to the power of number of years. So with my mouse, I select year value. Enter. So that's just saying that $1 earned or spent in the current year is worth just $1 in the current year. So there is no discount for the current year. As you go into the future, the discount shows itself.
Could you show the math again? For some reason, mine is just giving me a different answer. Oh, I clicked on the wrong cell. I see.
Equal sign, 1 over, parenthesis open, 1 plus, select your discount rate, that's in B1, parenthesis close, raise to the power, select number of years. Enter. Now in Excel, if you're familiar with it or if it's new, you can drag the bottom right of your cell, apply formula to the upcoming cells. But we have to change something in the formula before we drag it. Double click B1. So B1 is the discount rate. As I move my formula to the right, B1 should stay B1, so should stay constant. How do I do that? Select B1 on the formula, press F4. Press F4. Or if you don't have F4, you don't know the shortcut key, just put the dollar signs before and after B. This is telling Excel that this part of the formula stays constant. Because if you have other parts of the formula, they will change as you move the formula to the right or up and down. So enter. After you did that F4 trick, drag it to the right, and you click on the next cell. You see the formula B1 stays the same, but the number of years has become C3, which is here. So that part of the formula is changing. It's here, these 3. But B1 is staying unchanged. Everybody's with me here?
I understand.
Sorry, what did you just do to get it on all 4 cells? Sorry.
Stay on the cell, go to the bottom right, you see a plus sign. Drag it to the right.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
All right, questions? Okay, this is 191.83.75. Benjamin, can you describe to me 191 means, what 91 means? Here, this number, 0.91.
Me?
Are there 2 Benjamins?
You, sorry, you, it said unmute on my screen.
Okay, go ahead, Jacob. Yeah.
Well, it means that your dollar is now worth 91 cents.
Yep, $1 spent or earned a year from now is worth 91 cents today. Perfect. Perfect. Yep, sometimes I click on ask to unmute and I forget to post the question to the same person. Benjamin, go ahead, describe this number. What does this one mean?
That's the dollar amount after 2 years.
Be more specific.
How much it depreciates?
Yeah, how much a dollar earned or spent in year 2 depreciates when you want to put it on today's calculations. So it's money traveling from future to today. We say my project is going to earn $1 in year 2. You're going to put 83 cents on the finance sheets. John, what's the meaning of this number?
That means that.
Are there two
Oh.
Johns?
Oh, sorry, I'm Jonathan. So
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. It means that every dollar I plan on earning in 3 years is worth 75 cents to what I spend today.
Perfect. Thank you. So as we look at the numbers in this worksheet, every time I tell you to get the present value, you just get the value multiplied by discount rate. That gives you the present value. So I'm going to skip row 8 class. I'm going to go to row 9. That's net value. Put all the numbers, benefits and costs together. You get one single value. And that's going to be a simple sum. I put the sum, equal sign sum, parentheses open. I select with my mouse the 3 values. Value of benefits for that year, the current year, development cost, and operating cost. Parentheses closed. Enter. That's minus 70 because I only have the development cost in year 0. This formula can be dragged to the right to get the same numbers for the future years. So for some reason, this is not reading for me. If it's the same for you, we have to change the format, probably to currency, because this is not working. 50.
It's because the 0 is actually a
Uh-oh.
and not a 0. Yeah.
Thank you. That was a good catch. Perfect. Thanks so much. Do the same class. If it's the same worksheet that you have, that's the same error that you have. So change the O to 0. Now, if you wanted to change the format of your worksheet, as I do, to see numbers differently, go ahead, select this area, right click, because these are all dollar values. Right click format, go to currency, select 1 decimal point, and pick the last format. It shows the negative numbers in parentheses. It's up to you. I wouldn't make you change the format, but this is something you can do. So negative numbers, this is pretty common in accounting worksheets to show negative numbers this way.
Could you show one more time how to do the parentheses, the red numbers?
Sure, just select the area that you want to apply these changes to. I selected my whole box. Right click, format cells, and then you go to numbers tab, numbers, oh, I'm sorry, too fast. Number, and I'm gonna go to currency, decimal places, and I choose the format at the bottom. So the currency, I believe, adds the value, adds the dollar sign. I think I didn't choose it last time. And the formatting shows the negative numbers with parentheses, and in red, decimal points is decimal points. So yes, I just added the currency. I hadn't in my last show of the same steps. So your numbers look like this with dollar signs and decimal points, or just simple numbers. It's okay. I'm not too picky on the formatting. And don't get confused. The values are still the same values, even if they look differently.
Sorry, one more time. I'm getting an error now that I've made that change. Where
Go ahead, share your screen.
The numbers are.
Can
Expand your B column a little bit. That just means that there's not enough room in it at the top. Yep.
Yep.
Thank you.
Perfect. All right, these are money. So you're saying is that the net value, considering everything, cost and benefit, is $35 million in year one, $40 million in year two, 45 in year three. But those are money and net value in the future. You have to time travel. So we're gonna do that thing that we told you we're gonna do with every time we want to get a present value, the current value of future money. We're gonna get the money. So I put equal sign, got the money, net benefit and cost, multiplied by the discount factor. So money net value for that year multiplied by the discount factor for that year. That's what I'm doing. Year one is the same because there is no discount for year one. But as you see, I drag it to the right, the money loses value. So your classmates told us this is how the rate of losing value. $1 in year three worth 75 cents today. So 45 millions in year three is worth 33 million and 0.8 today. So this is how you feel the loss or the depreciation. Is everybody here? Does anybody want me to repeat?
Yeah, can you repeat one more time?
Yep. So I'm gonna delete what I have. I'm gonna make this a little smaller so we can see. So we're gonna get the present value of the net that we just calculated. We put the equal sign, you get the benefit net value, select it with your mouse, multiply by discount factor for that year. So money multiplied by discount factor. That discount factor is 1/1 plus your discount rate raised to the power of the number of years. So I enter, I come to the bottom right corner, drag it to the right. And I'll get those values, and those are in today's dollar value. Next thing I want to do, because every year I have something, that's my net value. I depreciate it to get the today's value of that net value. But these years, they happen one after the other. So what happens in the year before impacts the year after it. So we need to do a cumulative to come up with the value of your project. So cumulative value adds net present value we just calculated up to and including that year. So for year 0, it's an exception. Why? Because there is nothing before it. Cumulative is equal to the value itself. So cumulative net present value, cumulative NPV equals to net present value, NPV. So no history, nothing is different. But for the year after, which is year 1, 2, and 3, you're going to get what you had up to that year. That's the cumulative NPV on the cell to the left. And add the money you had during that year. So You're adding the cell to the left to this cell at the top, left and above. That's going to tell you, yep, it's true that you earned $31.8 million in year one, but you still were negative 70 when you started. So at the end of the year, you're still negative. Now from that year on, you're gonna drag to the right, and then you see those values reflected on your cells. This last value is the value of your idea, the value of your project. So if you're projecting for a 3 years lifetime, and these are your numbers in terms of benefits and costs, and this is your discount rate, this is the value of your idea. That includes every money earned or spent in the future, their present value, combined to get a net value, and then accumulate over the years to account for everything that has happened up to and including year 3. This is your number. This is the first number that we calculate. There are 2 other numbers, return on investment and payback period. But this is where we're gonna stop today. And we're gonna take it from here on Wednesday. So save your worksheet, name it lab 2 _ your name, last initial, or your name last initial _ lab 2. I'll come back to it on Wednesday. But before Wednesday, I want you to practice. If this is the first time working with numbers on Excel, maybe look at example 1, example 2, see if you can replicate some of the work. So the correct answers are there. See if you can calculate the values. I think the formulas are not there only, or they are there. So see if you can do the same work and get the same result. So this is what we did today. I'm gonna repeat one more time the steps that we followed. But before that, I'm gonna ask if you want to show me your work and if you're stuck on any steps.
I guess really quick, I have a question. If you click on just any cell and then you go to the top and hit the formula button, there is a net present value formula already put in.
We don't want you to do that.
You
but
don't? Okay.
Thank you.
I'm assuming you want to see everyone's work before we turn it in.
Sorry, say that again.
You want to see, I'm assuming that you want to see everyone's work like last time before we turn it in, right?
On Wednesday, I'm gonna see everyone's work, but
okay,
today,
gotcha.
today, let me see yours.
Okay.
And see where you are.
Okay. You see this?
Perfect. Play with the formatting. Change the formatting for us.
Like the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that everyone else, they want to follow you, they can see.
Like
one decimal point is enough. 2 is too much. Perfect. Thank you. Good job. So if you have this saved, we'll come back to it on Wednesday. So was it Dylan?
Yes.
Go ahead, in your own language, describe what we have done. Share again and describe the steps.
Okay, so the first thing we did was we figured out this formula for the discount factor. We applied it to all of the discount factor cells. Then we used this formula that took the sum of the benefits, the development cost, and the operating cost, and we applied that to the net benefit and costs. Then for the present value, we took the net benefit cost times the discount factor in order to get the present value. And then we used that formula for all of those cells. And then for the cumulative net present value, we just took the cell to the left of it plus the cell above it. And that was our formula for that. And then this we said was the value of the idea overall.
Perfect. So keep your worksheet open. Let me ask some of your classmates a few questions about it. Let's
I
see.
can. You want me to stop sharing though, or
No,
keep it?
keep it.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha.
Jonathan,
Yes. What do you want me to explain?
like pick one of the steps and describe it in your own language.
All right. So, well, I mean, again, the very first step, the discount factor, was just calculating how each the depreciation of the amount of a dollar throughout each year, how it progresses, using the formula with, I mean, just a single dollar amount and our discount rate at the top.
Sure, it has your discount rate and the number of years in it. 1/1 plus your discount rate raised to the power of the number of years. What is net benefit and cost? What is that involved? What does that calculation involve?
For me again?
Net benefit cost, row number 9.
All right, net benefit and cost, that was a sum of all the different factors and stuff in a single year value of benefits, development costs, operating costs together, summed up.
Perfect, thank you. That's great. So it has all the three or any number of values that you have, cost and benefits, you put them all together, that becomes your net value. But then that net value is for that year, so you have to discount it using the discount factor. You get the present value, you do the cumulative, that's gonna be what you will have at the end of the 3-year project. That's the money you have after all expenses. So class, any other questions? Everybody is up to speed with what we've done so far? Yes? Save this file, okay? We're gonna start from this point. Next time that we'll see each other. So I want us to change gears and talk about group assignment 1 and your groups. I sent you an email earlier today. I want to encourage you to go back. Let me see, I have a question. How do we label? Okay, let me finish my work. So I encourage you to look at the group mini assignment 2, look at your classmates' information card and see if you can find a partner. Do that now. Robert, this is how we name your files. So if you are Robert S, it would be Robert S _ lab 2 or lab 2 _ Robert S. The purpose for this is when I download your files, I wouldn't see multiple assignment 1, version 1, and so on. So I'll know whose file I've downloaded. So I'm gonna take you to ReggieNet. Let me have my browser up here. I'm saving my file. And let me do a few of the things we want to do today. Show you how we can. So you're gonna end up on module 1. Scroll down, there is group assignment 1 description. So you're gonna read that. See the group report template, you're gonna read that. Then go to the mini assignment 1 or 2, I don't have the link here. So, but the link was in my email. If you haven't looked at your classmates' schedule yet, go ahead, click on mini assignment and find your class section, see if you can find a pair. I would say you finding a partner is better than you being assigned to a group totally randomly. At least you can look at the schedules and see if your schedules are compatible. So I'm gonna give everybody, this is 4:19, 11 minutes to review the group assignment 1, read the report template, because I want each one of you to be prepared when you go to your breakout rooms later today. And then we'll come back and talk about your groups, and then we'll put you in breakout rooms, answer questions, and by the end of today's session, you will have the contact of your group mates. also you will think about some of the rules you want to propose for the group in terms of response time, work ethics, and so on. So each one of you individually reads these documents, and if you need to go back to the information page for your class, open that one and read some of your classmates' descriptions of themselves, and then we'll take it from here. I think Philip is not here. Philip is in the other class. So this person is not available for you to choose as a group. So right now with my talk, you have 10 minutes only. Go ahead, spend 10 minutes on group description and group rules and templates. I'm gonna mute myself. If you have any questions, you can ask. Okay, I'll try to reflect your notes that you shared in the chat. Mason, Ryan S, Greg, Jonathan, one group, John W, Quinlan, Joey, Cole, second, Zach, Nick, Robert, Max, another group, Dylan, Trent, Justice, Shane, another group. So we need 2 more groups. Let me go down the list, see who is still available. Is this your class? So, Eddie, do you have a group? Eddie, are you here? No? Eddie, are you able to talk?
He posted in the chat.
Yeah, I can. I just have 2 roommates and they're both playing games and
Oh,
they get pretty energetic.
so do you have a partner?
No, I don't.
So here you're going with Caitlin and Naomi. All right, thank you. Next, Shane has a group, Cole has a group, Nick C has one. Yes. Benjamin, do you have one, Benjamin?
I do not.
So Benjamin is joining this group.
Oh yeah. I wanted to point out, me and some others have already formed a group of 4.
Go
I'm
ahead.
just like I put
You
it in all
documented
the
it. It's the second one.
Yep, you're there. You've been accounted.
Oh, nice. Okay. I thought I was assigned. That my bad.
That's okay. Virgil, do you have a group?
No, I do not.
Zach has a group. Naomi has one. Nick J, do you have a group? Nick J? Oh, Nick was attending. He is attending my other section. Max L has a group. Hang Xing, do you have a group?
No, I don't.
Philip is attending my other section. Joey has a group. Trent has one. Greg, Caitlin, Robert, Ryan, Justice. Do you have a group? Yes. Mason has one. Quinlan, Dylan. John W, do you have one? I think so.
Yeah, group 2.
And Jonathan has one too. So I'm missing one person. What's happening?
Oh, that's me,
Who are you?
Jacob.
Jacob, are you willing to go to this group?
Yeah, you can put me wherever.
So we have, or I think a group of 3. Let me think which one I prefer. 1 group of 3 or 3 groups of 5.
3 groups of 5. I was in a group of 3 last semester and it was a little rough.
I did group of 5 last time. Was it working?
No, I did group of 3 last time and I think I'd prefer a group of 5 instead.
Sure. Okay, no, I don't want you to repeat the same experience. So Virgil goes here. And I didn't define groups of 5 in the last section because their numbers are different. They have groups of 4 and 1 5. Or do they have 1 5? So here, where is that okay with everyone? Yes?
Go with
Yeah,
me.
that's fine.
Yep, nobody has any objections? All right. So delete row, we have 2, 4. Let's see what happened. Yep, the last class they had 1 group of 5. So they had groups of 5 too, but yours is more 5s. So I'm gonna go to try to create breakout rooms. Okay, you probably get about 5 to 7 minutes with your classmates to exchange contacts and do some initial brainstorming on the project and how you want to attack it. But while I'm doing this manual assignment of you to your breakout rooms, feel free to unmute yourself and ask me questions you have about group projects, deadlines, group rules, anything. First thing you want to do is to create a, let me make sure I have your information here, to create a copy of the report template. Share it with every group member and then share it with me. My email is up there, elahj.teaching. And then you're gonna keep the group information table or contribution table and group rules, and then you add your report after that. So those group rules and the contribution table, they don't count toward your page limit, but they should be there. So I'm going to the second group. Feel free to unmute yourself and ask questions. John W. John Queenland. Joey. Group 3. Zach. Nixie.
Is there an example one that we can look at just so we understand the full report format?
I have shared you the format, but I'll share with you examples from prior semesters. I'll upload for you. Give me time till Wednesday and then double check. I'll try to upload to you. I'm going to create an assignment for group assignment 1 on the assignment tab and then attach to that a few examples. So I have Dylan, Trent, Justice, Shane, Lunch. Okay, your rooms are open. Exchange contact information, create the copy of the report template. Make sure all your names appear at the top on the name. Share a link with me. Even if it's empty, you haven't done anything, share a link. And try to think about the rules you want to add. That rules table stays there. And the contribution table is for me to know who has done what. So if I see your names that is up there, has done something, it's good. If I don't see it, it's possible that some of the group members get full credit, some of them get partial credit or no credit, depending on how that contribution table looks like. So all the rules are there. Spend the time exchanging notes with your classmates. I'll be in the main room if you have any questions, but you can leave after you're done, and I'll see you on Wednesday. Shane, do you get the invitation?